And I was a bit worried as an owner of a business, a real estate sales company, how am I going to motivate and instill a sense of urgency with my agents? So we went out and we counted neighborhood by neighborhood, building by building, exactly how many condos were for sale, because I realized something, stupid me. We didn't build 25,000 condos in Miami. How the hell could, in the years like '04 through '08, so how could it be 25,000 defaulted? How could it be 25,000 for sale? And the actual number was 11,502. And it didn't get absorbed in 10 years. It got absorbed in 2. And I made myself a promise right then and there that I will never ever doubt, lose faith in the popularity, the resiliency of South Florida. My agents asked me to update it. So we used to update it every year. Now I find myself updating it every single business quarter because all of us are selling real estate in the most dynamic market in the United States, and this market changes every 3 months, so I have to update it every 3 months. I'm giving you the early returns on our Q3. Q3 isn't done. Today is September 14th. We have until September 30th before Q3 is finished. But I'm going to give you a little lister under the fence. Here we go. We're going to start with multiple listing. I'm going to share with you some variables I've never seen in my real estate career. I've been doing this for over 40 years, a long time. I have some confusing data that I'm going to show you all, like this one. Total active listings for houses are down. I know you're hearing the market is slow. I know, I feel it too. Interest rates are high. We're going to talk about that in a second. And remember, this too shall pass. These high interest rates are not going to stay high. They cannot for a whole bunch of reasons. But look at this. Notwithstanding the fact that the market got a little slow this year because of high mortgage rates, you're dealing with tighter single-family home inventory than we've had in a while. Total transactions are down. I know you all feel this. I do too. But prices are up. So inventory's down. Total transactions are down. Mortgage rates are up. And prices are up. The highest increase we ever had in the history of South Florida was shortly after the pandemic or during the pandemic. Look at this. People were coming to Florida from everywhere, not just New York, not just California, everywhere. And remember those 2 words, social distancing? Well, the best way to practice social distancing was a house. I decided to visit me. A condo, I got a lobby, I got elevators, hard to control. Social distancing, single family homes, what a beautiful combination. And look what happened to the prices, the highest price appreciation we've ever seen. But it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And the reason it doesn't stop is most of the people that are buying these houses are from the United States. They have a lot of money. In 2020, when we were all in quarantine, we have a mayor in Miami. I hope you like him as much as I do. Best mayor the city of Miami's ever had, Mayor Francis Suarez. He got on planes and he traveled all over the United States. A year ago, when Teresa had me here, there were 122 companies, Fortune 400, Fortune 500 companies, Citadel, Goldman Sachs, you're familiar with a lot of them, had committed to moving their operations to South Florida. Some world headquarters, some regional offices. Now it's 174. A year ago, out of 122, I said 15 or 16 are here. The rest are packed. Now it's 174. 63 are here. Who's buying these houses? It's the Americans. Guy from California, guy from Chicago, New York, New Jersey. When you talk to them about Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, I promise you, from New Jersey, as I told you, the image that pops in their head are these blue turquoise waters. It's beautiful. And they want to be on it. They want a house because they want that social distancing. That's what's caused the price increase. It's partly what's caused the reduction in inventory. Now let's go to, look at this one. I think we jumped ahead a lot. Wait one second, forgive me. Yeah, I went to condos. Interesting, huh? There are no more houses on the water. You can't get a house on the bay, you cannot get a house on the ocean. But the Americans want to look at those blue turquoise waters. So they're sending every one of us to what I call the vertical house. Give me a big condo on the water, ocean, intracoastal, or bay. Highest price increase we've ever seen in the history of condos has happened in the last 12 months. Yes, I know interest rates are high, but we're dealing with Americans that are coming down here with a lot of cash, and they want that stuff on the water, and it's driving this stuff up. And I know you think, And no, because of high interest rates, things are slow. Everybody's wondering when it's going to stop. This too shall pass. It will stop in about 6 months when rates start going down. But despite all of that negative talk, oceanfront condos are selling today at crazy numbers. These are condos worth of $20 million. Before the pandemic, look at these numbers. 3 sales a year, 5 sales a year, 5 sales a year. And this is in what we call South Florida, Dade County, Dow County, Palm Beach combined. Look at this year. 26 condos have traded for north of $20 million in South Florida this year. The Americans. Francis Suarez has changed the direction of the wind. As I've said to many times, this is no longer your moms and dads Miami. Miami being Fort Lauderdale and Palm Beach as well. He's changed it. These sales are happening. And I'm guessing by the end of the year, that number is north of 30. Pre-construction is the problem. Most of us think we're going to get out of this supply shock problem because the supply's low, because of pre-construction. I'm sure you've heard this today already, you're probably going to hear it again. These projects, there's 6,700 of them. 47 new buildings came on the market right after the pandemic. And this is only 12 of them are under construction. And most of the 11 of the 12 are under 30 stories. Those are the only projects that can get a construction loan right now. General contractors cannot guarantee construction costs north of 30 stories, therefore there are no construction loans. You got a guy in Washington, D.C. named Jerome Powell, whose mission in life is to kill inflation. So what did he do a couple months ago? He raised rates again. He also raised the reserve requirements for most of these banks. He doesn't want banks lending on construction loans. He wants to kill inflation. And it's affecting every one of us right now to some extent. But this too shall pass. All he's looking to do is to get inflation in the range of 2 to 3%, which is the inflation rate we've been living with for the last 25 years, which is a very healthy inflation rate for a healthy economy. It's in the 4s. Give him a chance to get it below 4. It's in the high 4s. Give him a chance to get it below 4. With these high interest rates, it is forecasted by a lot of people smarter than me. In 6 months, you can expect the beginning of the decline. It's going to be very slow, it's going to be very gradual, it's going to be very thoughtful. But every single one of you out there know that there's a huge pent-up demand out there, isn't there? Sellers that don't want to sell because I can't get the maximum price for my house with these high mortgage rates. Buyers that don't want to buy because they don't want to pay 7%. That's not just happening here in South Florida. That's happening everywhere. And when that happens, these other 35 will get construction loans. And we need it badly. We need it badly for this reason. In the 2000s, that's how many condos got built in South Florida. There were times when a terrible story about it. In the last cycle, the last 10 years, almost 20,000. All got built, all got sold. I actually think that's the exact number we need to satisfy future demand. That's how many we have in the current cycle. And out of this, as I just showed you, only 1,100 are under construction. Let's talk about the money. I should be on this beach with every single one of you right now. This is the thing about South Florida. We have the nicest weather perhaps in the world. And the climate is one of the biggest things that's drawing people here. And yet, August 1, this article came out, not just in the Real Deal, the Miami Herald, the New York Times, they all love to say 80,000 people left Florida. The United States Census Bureau measures population gains and losses the following way. There's people moving in, they subtract people moving out. And they do that with driver's licenses and tax returns. Then they measure births and deaths. And the net result of that complicated mathematical formula is X. Part of this is right. 80,000 people left. But what they left out were people that came. And a lot of people jumped on the 80,000 that left. Only 1/4 of the whole formula. Look at this, just last year alone, 56,000 people was the net population gain in South Florida. So if you measure people moving in, and then you subtract people moving out, what's the best? I'm open-minded. Don't ever, I learned from a mentor of mine, you can never sell something you don't understand. The next time you get hit with an article like that, now you have information that you well understand. And this one, I think, I'm gonna spike the football with this guy. In the last 100 years, forget about, we had a surge of population since COVID, and we're the fastest growing state in the country right now. We passed Texas. It's probably going to be 1 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 1 and 2 for the next 10 years. Texas and Florida, Florida, Texas. And that's all recent information. Guys, I'm telling you, there's a wave of popularity of South Florida that's been happening for about 100 years. check this out. And you won't see Florida for a while. This is the history of the population of all the states. That wasn't very nice for me, but it happened. Then we passed Michigan.
Nice.
How the hell are we going to pass all those other states? Wait for it. We're in the 80s now. We passed Ohio. We passed Illinois. Now we passed Pennsylvania, but we're still fighting California, New York, Texas, and then Florida. And then Florida. So it looks like we're stuck there, right?
Florida.
It looks like we're stuck. And I'm 10 seconds over my limit, but I'm only have 60 seconds to go. Come on, Florida, where are you? It's 2004. Watch.
2016,
Look at us, baby.
the Florida population.
2020, 2021, 2023. You're just about a little over 340 million people. Let me put that in perspective for you. In April of 23, the United Nations declared that China is no longer the most populated country in the world. It is India, followed by China, followed by the United States. We're the third fastest growing country in the world. And every one of you are selling real estate in the fastest growing state in the third fastest growing country in the world. My dad used to tell my brothers and sisters and I that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Second best time is today. If you haven't felt gratitude for having a real estate license in South Florida, today would be a good day. Because it doesn't get any better than this anywhere else in the United States. I really want to thank Teresa King for a couple things. You've done such a marvelous job for this association in the 32 years that I've been working here. I want to thank you on behalf of all of my fellow colleagues for the great work that you do. I also want to thank you for inviting me back to this related ISG because on my annual report data to you, I share this with my agents every hour of every day, and I really do think it inspires and motivates them. What we're going through now, trust the old Hebrew proverb, this too shall pass. I'm finished. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.